Hey everyone, welcome back. So today I'll be talking about alcohols and thiols. If you're following along in the Symbolic textbook, it's chapter 13, section 1. In the Libre text textbooks, chapter 14, section 2 deals with the alcohols. Chapter 14.11 deals with the thiols. So alcohols. Alcohols are organic compounds with OH groups, and a lot of times you'll see OH groups referred to as hydroxyl groups. And there's three basic classifications, well, four really, classifications of alcohols. The first being primary alcohols, where the carbon that is attached to the hydroxyl group is attached to one other kind of carbon chain or carbon group. Those are primary alcohols. A lot of times they're represented by this one followed by a degree symbol. Secondary alcohols have a carbon attached to two other carbon-containing groups, and tertiary alcohols have carbons attached to three different carbon-containing groups. Then you also have your phenols, and as I understand it, you went over aromatics with Professor Bradshaw, but phenols are aromatic rings with hydroxyl groups off of them. They just have a special name. So when it comes to naming alcohols, just like with alkane chains, we want to name the longest, we want to determine the longest carbon chain. So in this case, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's why we have the pent, and then we add the ol suffix, so it's pentanol. Then we would number the chain starting nearest the OH group. So because this carbon is nearest the OH group, it gets the designation of 1. So there's the OH group at position 2, and there's a methyl group at position 3. So then we can give the location and name of each substituent relative to the OH group. So, sorry, I think I said before 3, the methyl group is at position 4. So it would be 4-methyl, 2-pentanol. That's how we would name this alcohol. When we need to name phenols, we're using just the phenol base as our name. And then we're going to start numbering the ring starting with the OH group. So OH groups always get number 1, and then we would go clockwise or counterclockwise, whichever affords the substituents lower numbers. So in this case, going clockwise would afford bromine a number 2, which is the lowest. So then we would give the location and name of each substituent relative to the OH group. So in this case, bromine is at position 2, so it's 2-bromophenol. Now you could also call it O-bromophenol or ortho-bromophenol. That refers to the positions on the aromatic ring. So if we have some group there, and pretending this is an aromatic ring, positions, I guess 2 and 5, these are ortho positions, or O. Positions 3 and I'm sorry, 2 and 6 are ortho. 3 and 5 are meta, or sometimes given as M. And then the fourth position is para, sometimes given as P. So you could have like 4-bromophenol or para-bromophenol. You could have 3-bromophenol or M-bromophenol, or like we have here, 2-bromophenol or O-bromophenol. It's just different naming conventions depending on where the substituents are relative to each other on the aromatic ring. Thiols are organic compounds with SH groups. Instead of OH, you have SH. There's the same naming pattern as alcohols, only you have a thiol suffix. So if we look at methanol, but we have the thiol version, it's the alkane name, methane, followed by the thiol suffix. Um, if we had ethanol, the thiol would be the ethane, followed by the thiol suffix.